I'm ready to short sell this super crappy. Just kidding, guys. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Tech Solutions. SMCI is up 22% so far. It just made new all-time highs. We can go to the 1 hour time frame just so you could see. Previous all-time highs were 1,080. As of right now, we're literally catching it as it makes new all-time highs. This thing is continuously showing signs of higher highs, higher lows. I have no open position shorting this. We talked about it during my live trading session today. You guys know, obviously, I don't believe that this company is valued at $62 billion, but it doesn't matter what I believe. This is a momentum play, and this is what I see it just like any other pump and dump. It's very relevant, right? News came out. It's obviously bullish, and it's great news for the company. And there's a lot of hype being driven to it. 22%, 23%. Great. This thing could run up 25, 30%. I'm not taking anything away from it. All I'm here to remind you is I hope that you have an exit plan, right? Because anytime that this thing in its past, and again, patterns tend to repeat themselves. I guess they don't always have to. But anytime in its past, when it runs and it peaks and it begins to show signs of a resistance and a reversal, it goes from highs of 1,080 all the way to lows of sub 700. This isn't a small little drop. If you look at from previous highs to the previous lows that it made, 36% drop. So again, I want you guys to keep all of your money. I want you guys to make that profit, right? I'm just here to remind you. I hope that you have an exit plan. And I also wanted to ask you, I want to see a handful of people that have no intention of selling SMCI. I got one of the funniest comments in one of my last videos where I talked about SMCI, and they're like, SMCI is the best company in the past, or the best stock in the past 30 years. And it's crazy to think that people actually think that way, that they don't think any hype is being driven into the valuation of SMCI. So you guys let me know down in the comment section. So I'm waiting for confirmation of this thing getting rejected and selling off, and then I'm going to short it. So I'll keep you guys up to date when I do choose to open short, especially if you're part of my LPP team. I hope to catch it within one of those live sessions. I'm in no rush. I know that this thing could continue to run up as long as momentum and direction are in its favor. I have no intention of shorting it, but just like anything, as quickly and as much as it runs up, the higher and more overbought it becomes, the harder and quicker it drops. And that's just always how pump and dumps have been. And I expect this thing to not be any different. But you guys let me know down in the comment section. Do you have an exit plan? What's your intention with this? Or do you just plan to hold? Because I'm always here for a good laugh. Other than that, NASDAQ market pretty much break even on the day. We did see some selling pressure right into market open, but again, just a lot of consolidation. One thing that actually was brought to my attention that was actually quite surprising is Apple. Apple from the 4 hour time frame, look at this, from previous all-time highs at nearly $200 a share, has been making steady progress on the downside. Lower highs, lower lows, just making you aware of this nice little pullback. I have no intention of shorting Apple by any means, right? But it kind of got me to ask that question of, do I want to buy into this, or can things get worse before they get better for Apple? And also Tesla took a pretty solid hit today. This didn't surprise us at all because it's been having a common resistance range at 205. It got rejected 3 days in a row. And then finally today, we saw some selling pressure all the way down to lows of 190. And if you look at this based off previous patterns, this tends to be a pretty common support range. So not surprised at all. This is why we talked about the idea of locking in profits during our live trading session on Friday when it was trading at highs of 205. It's just been a very common resistance range based off of previous patterns. Other than that, I just wanted to quickly talk about what's on schedule for this week. So tomorrow we have the Vice Chair of the Federal Reserve, Michael Barr. And then on Wednesday and on Thursday, we have the big dog, the man in charge, Jerome Powell, both speaking at 10 a.m. Eastern time, both on Wednesday and on Thursday. And this is 30 minutes after the market opens. So if you begin to see some form of quick change of direction or volatility 30 minutes after the market opens on Wednesday and on Thursday, do not be surprised because Jerome Powell is going to be speaking. So just making sure that you are aware. And then these are the list of companies that are reporting earnings today. So I wanted to keep today's video super short and sweet. I'm kind of in a pickle right now because most of the market is pretty overbought, but it's not selling off. So I completely agree that, you don't want to short the market as it's not selling off, but I also don't want to buy into the hype at these overbought levels. So there's nothing wrong with staying cash and just waiting for the opportunity to present itself. That's all I could ever want for all of you guys, right, is wait for your criteria to be met, and your criteria can be completely different than mine. But that's the beautiful thing, is just make sure that you're actually waiting for confirmation of your criteria to be met. Who cares about what it is that I say? Who cares about what other people are saying? Just make sure that it makes sense to you, and make sure that the risk to reward ratios are in your favor. So I appreciate your time. I hope that it earned your thumbs up. Do not forget that we are going to be announcing the Apple Vision Pro giveaway winner today on our Instagram account. So feel free to check that out. If you guys don't follow us already, that's the third link in the description down below. And I hope to see you for our live trading session tomorrow. And that's right at market open. And that's going to be that second link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.